And some more parcels have arrived, and there's lots more in the car I've got to unload, so I better get around to it. Right, some more bits and pieces for the Kombi. I've already opened this up. This is the back covers to go in the Kombi, and also the rest of the squabs have arrived, which is brilliant. I have got the squabs in the Kombi, in the back of the Kombi. So let's have a look at the new upholstery. And there we are, all the new upholstery. So what we've got is we're going to have a table that hooks onto there, which will come out. So we've got a seat here, one over there. The back of that one, when there's a board in there, will form the infill there. So we can have up to 3 people possibly along there, another 3 along here. I've got a cover on that one, that's why it's brown, but yeah, so there'll be about 6 people to be able to sit around it, which is really good. As I said, the table, I've got to put the bracket in up here, and there's the table lying under there. So, starting to make progress. Now this parcel here is the fresh water and grey water to go underneath the sink. Now I'm hoping that our measurements are right, because we measured the unit for these particular tanks, so let's see if it works. Right, so the containers are in place. It's just below the sink, so that will probably be my freshwater one. I think that would be my grey water one, and I've got a cutout, as you can see, going through to the other container. So we'll hook those up another day. So I'll just put those back in place, and we'll come back to that later. But now, here comes the part that I'm really dreading. I'm going to start with the knife, and I'm going to start ripping all that roof lining along there, all the way along to the back. That is all coming off. I'm not looking forward to this, but I got to do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I've stripped it out and left it all bare. So that's where our 240 volt light was underneath. Obviously this power point runs around through this conduit and goes all the way across to that one. So that one's probably going to disappear. I don't see the need for this. Therefore this one will probably be rerouted as well. I'm not sure actually what the sparky's going to do here, because basically what I want is to put one underneath this cabinet, from the power thing underneath the cabinet right down onto here. And the reason for that is because then when the bed's made up at the back, I can plug in an electric blanket or something. So either have it put there, or maybe a plug hidden inside the cabinet. So we'll see what the sparky says, and I think the cabinet maker's coming down as well. And between the three of us, we'll probably come up with a solution. So we'll see what happens. Right, the electrician has been in. That's why all these wires are hanging down here. So just starting from the front here, these ones hanging down, those ones there, plus those ones there, and another one at the back, they're all going to be for touch lights to go underneath the cabinet. I'm going to have 4 of those, so 2 on that window and 2 up here. So one above the toilet or fridge area, one above the sink, one just in the centre there, and one above where that lift up cabinet is as well. So 4 along there. This strand here is because when the cabinet is made, there's going to be a blank panel, which is going to have another one of these double plugs put in. So that'll be up there. Another thing too is when we come down here to where this other plug is, so we've got 2 power points here, which is going to be handy for when the table, which will sit here and come out. If you're sitting on the seat, you can just plug your computer or whatever it is that you want to run while you're sitting at the table. So that'll be handy. And then inside there's another power point, just a single one. That's going to run a power supply in the bottom here. Now that power supply, which is this baby here, which will run, it's got points that'll run all the 12 volt system. So from inside here it'll run across here and come up to this little nice control box here. I'll just back off. So this here is going to have a main on-off power supply to the 12 volt lighting. There's also one going to be up where I spoke about that double power point is going to go up there. There'll be one up there as well. So one here. We've also got a readout for the battery, the house battery. And under here we've got USB ports and also a 12 volt cigarette lighter port in there as well. So we can charge phones, do whatever while the table's up. Yeah, so that's about it at this stage. So we're not going to have any 240 lighting up here. There's no need to have it. Simple reason being is because we've already got the 240 power supply, which is this fella, which will run from in there to run all that anyway. So if I'm in a campground, this power supply, where is it? There, is going to run everything. And when I'm not on the campground, this here will take over and run all the 12 volt lighting system. So yeah, so that's about it. That's about as far as we got. Just going to wait for the rest of the cabinetry to go up here, and then all the touch lights and everything can go. I'll take my hand away because it's making a mess. Yeah, so that's what that PowerPoint up here is going to disappear because we'll have the double in there. Excuse me, I'm bringing back my finger again, aren't I? Which will be in there. So that, as I say, is it. Just give you an idea, rough idea with the plans here. Here it is. If you imagine looking at those 2 windows and that partition, it's going to go along the top there, the cabinet, up to there. And this is what the front of it will look like. It'll have 2 cubby holes in each side. The power point, the double power point to go in here. What else is there? Oh, there's going to be curtains to go in there, which will match the curtains in that Nicola done in the van previous, if you want to have a look at some of those. So that's the facial panel. Underneath that will be the 4 touch lights. These are the windows of the van he's drawn here. So that's the plan. Here's a side view of the cabinets. That's the outside of the Kombi, and so the touch lights will be underneath, and this panel will come down like that. So there we have it. So that's a brief introduction to the lighting that's going on inside the Kombi. As I say, it won't be completed until the cabinetry's in, and then we've got to pull all the fittings in and get those wired up. So it's going to be a few weeks away yet, I think. Anyway, a bit more progress, we'll get there.